Every time I see you.
At this time, I would like to invite Caitlin Burney up to sing God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, light with them. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Thank you, Caitlin. Reverend Bill Minson is here for our invocation.
Good morning, family. You didn't hear Feal say to me quickly, so I'm going to get fired, but it's okay. I love every one of you. I pray for you every morning, every night. I'm just sorry you're in this family. But in this family, you always have somebody to turn to. As John Feal and Jack McNamara know, I am completely bipartisan when it comes to my choice of World Series champion. But today I wear this cap in honor of Detective Luis Alvarez, and I have a short prayer before I do. This is why I'm going to get fired. He's a United States Army veteran. He gave half a foot at ground zero. He's given his blood, sweat, and tears to lead this family. Please, like you have never cheered so they can hear us in Manhattan today, give my brother John Feal a round of applause and let him know what he means to us, how much we love him and appreciate him. That's not good enough. I ask you to bow your heads in prayer, and I'll need it after that. Almighty eternal God, thank you for the blessing of bringing us together this morning to continue the road of healing. For every family here, you are not alone. For every loved one here who misses your loved one on a birthday or anniversary, you're not alone. To every 9/11 family member that's sick and fighting right now, and for those caretakers, you're not alone. We're here today as a reminder of what happened on September 11th that destroyed us. We have been made stronger for it. Thank you for the gift of our men and women in the United States Armed Forces, law enforcement, fire service, heroes like the ones whose names will be inscribed on this wall today. Vincent, we miss you. We love you, we remember you, and we thank you for your service. Vinny Frisier. Today as we go forward, Lord, strengthen us. Honor these men and women, and give others today, pondering, taking their lives, the courage of these men and women who had a reason to say I had enough, but instead said, let me help until my last breath. Somebody make a difference. We love you, Lord. We thank you, Lord. Continue to bless us as one nation under God. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen, brother.
I would like to invite up Barb Frost and Harlan Sackton from the Quilts of Valor.
Please be seated. You want me right here? Either one is fine. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Barb Frost. And with me here today, Harlan Saxton, and we are members of the Quilts of Valor Foundation. We are 100% volunteer, nearly 12,000 strong, and we're very proud of what we do. In 2003, our founder, Catherine Roberts, had a son serving in Iraq as a gunner on a Humvee, and she decided she needed to figure out how to make everyone feel like they were appreciated. I scratched a lot out here, so she, being a quilter, it came to her actually in a dream, and she decided to make him a quilt. And when it was received by her son, he said, "Mom, you have no idea how much this means to me. It's a tangible reminder." And then all the guys in the barracks were extremely jealous, and so he said, "Mom, you got to do more." Well, she did. She called a few friends, who called a few friends, and they called some friends, until about 8 o'clock yesterday morning, Quilts of Valor Foundation has awarded 228,145 quilts to U.S. military. Thank you. We're actually a little arrogant because we think our quilts are priceless because they can't be bought and they can't be sold. They can only be awarded to deserving recipients. Any person, this one always gets me, folks, active, reserved, or retired is someone who at one point in their life wrote a blank check, payable to the United States of America for an amount of up to and including their life. And we're here to thank 4 special people today. John Feal, James Ryder, Brendan Fitzpatrick, and Tom Wilson. Active military members, but most are retired and beyond the dangers of the war. But but you four, many of you, are a different breed. When all of us are running away from danger, you are running toward danger. And you are among the thousands fighting. And I'm sorry for all the effects of the toxins you all suffered from being at ground zero. Obviously, emotionally, but also physically devastating. Most of us watched on TV in shock and total horror. The effects of living that must haunt you forever. Our quilts are meant to say thank you. They bring you a three-part message. First, we honor you for your service to our country. Second, our quilters know that freedom is not free, but the cost of our freedom is the dedication of men and women like you. Finally, these quilts were made with love and filled with comfort as they were sewn together to remind you that you are forever in all of our thoughts and hearts. It's with honor and extreme gratitude that we award you these quilts today. Welcome home, gentlemen. Read the certificate that each gentleman will receive as I'm getting the quilts up.
This is what all the certificates say from the Quilts of Valor Foundation. We wish to recognize you for your service to our nation. We consider it a privilege to honor you, that we may never know the extent of your sacrifice and service to protect and defend the United States of America. As an expression of gratitude, we award you this Quilt of Valor today, the 14th of September, 2019.
And one more thing I'd like to say. When Mr. Alvarez returned from Washington, one of our state coordinators was so touched by his presence at Congress that she wanted me to drop everything. Ironically, the weekend my granddaughter was graduating from high school, as salutatorian, I may add, and there was no way I could miss that. So in our place, James Ryder awarded Lou Alvarez his quilt, and Terry has made the exact duplicate for James.
We gotta wrap it up.
Okay. Okay. After.
They can't hear you back, John.
Whoever speaks, let them know they gotta speak into the microphone. They can hear in the back. Take control of this. All right, we gotta go. Thank you. Oh my God.
John, when they talk, tell them to get closer to the mic.
I already said that, Steve. Thanks. I'm on top of it.
This is John.
Thank you.
No good deeds go unpunished.
Phil Alvarez, stand up. Where's Phil? Phil, I want to give this blanket to you guys too. Come get it. All right, let's go. Thank you. We're wrapping up. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Friendly. Thank you.
And I'm sorry for everyone that got left out. We'll get to do eventually.
That was for military. They're not military.
Okay.
They don't know what it is to be military.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
I thank you all for being here today to honor those heroes whose names will be read shortly, and to support the family and friends of those heroes. I am honored to be speaking to you today as the park president. This park is not only located in the town where my husband and I chose to live and raise a family, but sadly where my husband, FDNY firefighter Marty Simmons, has his name inscribed. This year, the park went under both a planned and unplanned beautification process. For the unplanned, I would like to thank Smithtown Highway Department for responding so quickly to assist us in our cleanup, and Barry Brothers Landscaping for responding just as quickly in bringing new beauty and design to our park. I am dedicated to keeping this park a beautiful place for all to visit and remember their loved ones. This dedication, I feel, comes from my heart, where my husband will forever be, and where each of you now have a place. To the families and friends, please accept our heartfelt condolences and know that you now have an extended family who understands your loss. The park board is comprised of individuals who suffered the loss of a loved one, responders who fight their own battle each day, and community members who simply care. Please know that we are here when you need us, you are in our thoughts and prayers, and will be forever embraced in our arms. At this time, I would like the park board to stand for a moment. I would also like to thank some special individuals who are here today. County Executive Below, Town Supervisor Wareheim, Leslie Kennedy, Legislative, Suffolk County Comptroller John Kennedy, Congressman Lee Zeldin. If you could stand for a moment, and if I left everyone out, I apologize, and if you could also please stand. Thank you for being here and always supporting our park. At this time, I invite Emily Morris to play Amazing Grace. someone who does not need an introduction, as I'm sure everyone here has seen him on the news or read one of his quotes in many newspapers over the years following 9/11. That being said, I would like to share a few thoughts about John Feal. When I think of John, there are two words that stand out a little more than the rest: dedication and generosity, both of which qualities seem to be limitless. John was determined to fight for the 9/11 responders early on. He founded the Feal Foundation, raised money for the responders and their families, and was instrumental in the passing of the James Droga bill. John was determined to build a park to honor the fallen 9/11 responders, and we gather in this beautiful park every September to memorialize each hero's name on our wall. John was determined to have health care and compensation extended for all 9/11 responders and their families, and so it happened. We now have the Zadroga, Pfeiffer, Alvarez bill. None of this was accomplished overnight, and I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say that we are eternally grateful for John Feal's determination. Additionally, John Feal is hands down one of the most generous people I have ever met. He is generous with his time as he continued to travel to and walk the halls of D.C. year after year, as he attended countless wakes and funerals to show support to the families, always asking them what they need and what he could do for them. He very generously funded the start of this 9/11 Responders Remembered Park. He gave the ultimate gift when he donated kidney to a stranger. It's not just the big things either, it's the million small things John does every day. Helping a widow when her Christmas decorations blew off the top of her house. Spackling a ceiling for a widow. Taking a fallen responder's son golfing and outfitting him with golf shoes. Collecting toys for families in need so that their children could have a Merry Christmas. The list goes on and on, just as John's determination and generosity does. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you John Feal.
It's a height thing. Is this on?
No.
Hello? Hi. Can you guys all hear me in the back? I wanted to come to this side because this is where all the elected officials are speaking. Okay. You know I did. For the second time in 15 years, had a speech written. And then I just figured I'd wing it. This park is my baby. And I hope when I'm gone that this park is what I'm remembered for. Passing legislation and being a pain in the ass just pads my resume. But the reason why we got a bill passed is because I had a hardcore ass-kicking team that believed in our mission. So the gentlemen in back of me, please stand up and give them a round of applause. Now the rest of my DC team that's here, please stand and everybody else remain seated. Where are you guys in the golf shirts? Give them a round of applause. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can claim or own 9/11 to themselves. I said this the other night, I said it last week. We are all collective shareholders of 9/11. First responder, volunteer, widow, survivor. Some of you watched it on TV in Minnesota. We were all affected. But today, you guys own this day. And every Saturday after 9/11, when we gather here to pay respect and remember those we continue to lose. And while this park is my baby, and I love my previous presidents, James, Marty, Errol, I believe after the other half of the park was destroyed, it needed a woman's touch. It needed its mommy. And for that, Judy, I'm forever grateful. We all suffer. Nobody's excluded from suffering. We've all went through our darkest hours after 9/11. We all went through our darkest hours after losing our loved ones. I was there for a lot of them, and I suffered with you. Doesn't matter how much you made, what your skin color, what your gender, what your religion. We're human beings and we all suffer. But today, let us not suffer. Let us celebrate. The names that are on the wall behind me, they should be celebrated. We'll all be gone one day. And while they're gone physically, they're going to outlast us internally. They are what the best of the best of what this country offered 18 years ago. They literally are the nation's greatest resources. And for that, I'm humbled. I'm yet not only humbled, I'm embarrassed. All of you came up to me this morning and thanked me. For what? For knowing right from wrong? For doing the right thing? My dear friend Ray Piper, who I miss every day, said do the right thing even when no one's looking. I love you, Ray, but goddamn it, do the right thing when everybody's looking. I want to ask all the elected officials to come up here. I want you, John, all of you, Lee, Steve, come up here. And I'm not going to try to embarrass you. That's too easy. You know, I said it the other night. I wish we can go back to September 12th. My heart hurts. And it prays for September 12th again. When it didn't matter who we were. We were all there for each other. We all loved each other. Didn't matter if you were Republican or a Democrat. We all got together. We all came together. Didn't matter if you were black, white, short, skinny, tall, short, Muslim, Jewish. We all lent a hand. We all gave a hug. We all offered an ear. We all cried on each other's shoulder. But over the last 18 years, we evolved for the worse. Why? And it starts in D.C. And well, for the last 15 years, we were challenging their humanity, trying to get legislation passed. I challenge everybody's humanity today, especially you guys. So when you go and you debate your colleagues on the other side of the aisle, my God, do it with a little class and a little dignity, so when we're watching you guys on TV, reading you in the paper, you're not attacking each other, where we all think it's all right to attack each other. You guys make a commitment today, when you leave, and you go back to work on Monday morning, that you offer that handshake to your opponent, that you offer comfort, and say, look, we don't agree on everything, but we can work together so the people on this side of me will benefit. Because I pray for September 12th again. Thank you.
so much. Well, I'm going to be the sponsor of that bill. And John, what you said about us all working together, it was unanimously adopted by the state senate, including by my colleague John Flanagan, and Republicans, Democrats. It was unanimously approved by Democrats and Republicans and Independents in the New York State Assembly, signed by the governor a few days ago. But I got to tell you, it was going to be signed no matter what, because of John Feal, because he made sure this involved probably about 500 or 600 people who were working at Ground Zero, many of whom started right on 9/11, all of whom are sick and are suffering, to make sure that they get the same benefits as the brave firefighters, police officers, first responders, and other men and women that they worked alongside of. And today, we honor the families, those who were sick. We'll never forget, and certainly the names that are behind us. But I'm here on behalf of the New York State Senate to present an award to John Feal. It's called the New York Liberty Award. And you know, we go out, we present proclamations, and we honor people, but this particular award can only go to somebody who's a resident of the state, who has done something that is so extraordinary that it is presented to them. And there's a set of criteria. And one of the main criteria to obtain this award is you have to show that you have saved at least one life. Well, with John Feal, what he did during this whole 9/11 horrible experience that we've gone through, and his advocacy now for 18 years that continues, I can guarantee you we will never even be able to count the number of lives that he has saved. So, John, I'd like to present you with the New York State Liberty Award.
Stop giving me awards. This is the part of the ceremony. This is why we're all here. This is why we do what we do. And if you're going to give awards, then you give it to those 6 men who led their teams in D.C., who the day after, when Louis Alvarez and John Stewart testified, we never went home and we drove to Albany and helped get 3 bills passed in one day. These men and the only way that I could pay them back for their hard work was for everybody to know who they were and what they mean to me. I would give these men my last breath. I would die for them. I chose these men to read the names of those we lost because they walked the halls of Congress for their loved ones for years. So I ask you to hold your applause, and when all 6 are done, just say thank you. Just say thank you, Mike, Brendan, Rich, Matt, Kenny, Rob. Thank you for continuing to kick everybody's ass that gets in your way.
Gentlemen, head salute.
FDNY, cancer survivor.
Peter Gibbons, New York City Transit,
MTA.
Detective Sean Franklin, New York City Police Department.
Louis Barberi, New York City Transit, MTA.
Firefighter Charles Williams, FDNY.
Vaughn Aiken, U.S. Marshal.
Assistant Chief Michael V. Quinn, New York City Police Department.
Firefighter Dennis G. Heaney, FDNY.
Lieutenant Walter F. Malone, FDNY.
Police Officer Frank J. Pizzo, New York City Police Department.
James P. Gio Van Santi, Local 3.
Police Officer Fred J. Crimes, New York City Police Department.
Andre W. Zapsky, New York City Transit, MTA.
Firefighter John R. Elgis, FDNY.
Police Officer Richard Lopez, New York City Police Department.
Correction Officer Dennis K. Kelly, New York City Department of Corrections.
Lieutenant Jeffrey W. Francis, New York City Police Department.
Detective Mark S. Gatto, New Rochelle Police Department.
Detective Leroy Dixon, New York City Police Department.
Sergeant James T. Farrell, Suffolk County Fire Department.
Sergeant Robert F. Lark, New York City Police Department.
Sergeant Dennis W. Reichard, Suffolk County Police Department.
Sergeant Colleen A. McGowan, New York City Police Department.
Investigator David J. Corsieri, New York City, SCI.
Sergeant Anthony Napolitano, New York City Police Department.
Firefighter Joseph Bianch, North Arlington Fire Department.
Detective Sixto Almonte, New York City Police Department.
EMT Felipe Torre, FDNY.
Detective Basilio A. Simmons, New York City Police Department.
Detective Michael Hansen, New York City Police Department, ESU.
Detective Sally A. Thompson, New York City Police Department.
Police Officer Anthony R. Hanlon, New York City Police Department.
Detective Dennis J. Vickery, New York City Police Department.
Sergeant Mark S. Baxter, North Carolina Department of Corrections.
Detective Jennifer A. Williams, New York City Police Department.
Special Agent Dennis P. McCarthy, U.S. Customs Service.
Police Officer Curtis J. Bacco, New York City Police Department.
Detective Joseph L. Vidoto, New York City Police Department.
Police Officer Anthony E. Erasmo, New York City Police Department.
Police Officer Manuel Vargas, New York City Police Department.
Police Officer Scott M. Fusco, New York City Police Department.
Major Reginald V. Mebane, New York State Courts.
Police Officer Eric E. McLean, New York City Police Department.
Patrick A. Moriarty, Local 638.
Police Officer Joseph C. Pagani, New York City Police Department.
Police Officer Christopher M. Barry, New York City Police Department.
Police Officer Marie A. Patterson Bohannon, New York City Police Department.
EMT Martha Stewart, FDNY.
Police Officer Cynthia S. Sands, New York City Police Department.
Detective William Soto, New York City Police Department.
Sergeant Patrick J. Boyle, New York City Police Department.
EMT Joseph Rodriguez, FDNY.
Police Officer Joseph F. Hyde, New York City Police Department.
Firefighter Daniel C. Bove, FDNY.
Fire Marshal Arthur B. Ianci, FDNY.
Firefighter Philip Bucciacci Jr., FDNY.
Firefighter Arthur Myers, FDNY.
Firefighter Anthony J. Palazola, FDNY.
EMT Robert Ertz, Vinyl Ambulance.
Trooper Robert Nagel, NJSP.
Michael J. Moonen, Tully Construction.
Chief Raymond Flaxtis Jr., Great Neck Alert.
EMT William F. Ryan, Bay Community Volunteer Ambulance.
Firefighter Rory M. Mays, FDNY.
Evidence Tech Shannon M. Williams Beck, FBI.
Captain John S. Rochella, FDNY.
Police Officer Walter N. Mallinson, Harrison PD.
Detective Stephen Mullen, Suffolk County Police Department.
James A. Delman, New York City Transit MTA.
I don't know any of you guys who have a, what are these things called, iPhones? Osama bin Laden's son has just been killed in a U.S. counterterrorism operation. "18 years later, we're here celebrating, and they're picking up pieces." Firefighter Rob Serra, FDNY. Lieutenant, don't ring the bell yet, man. Lieutenant Brendan Fitzpatrick, NYPD.
Police Officer Leslie Hardy, New York City Police Department. Ringo.
Firefighter Clifford E. Gatko, White Plains Fire Department.
Police Officer Audrey Capra, New York City Police Department.
Firefighter Paul Zidor, FDNY.
Detective Thomas Lyons, New York City Police Department.
Robert Navallo, DOT.
Firefighter Edward K. Doyle, FDNY.
Rafael Macia, NYPD Photo Unit.
Peter J. Fuller, National Guard.
Police Officer Thomas E. Flynn, New York City Police Department.
Stratton N. Dravanos, Port Authority, New York, New Jersey.
Lieutenant Patrick H. Simmons, FDNY.
Firefighter Charles V. Masterson, FDNY.
Detective Philip Perry, New York City Police Department.
Lieutenant George J. Harrison, FDNY.
Firefighter Devin E. Lennon, FDNY.
Sanitation worker Joseph Fiorello, New York City Department of Sanitation.
Fire Marshal Michael Andrecki, FDNY.
Police Officer Larry Rivera, New York City Police Department.
Lieutenant Timothy P. O'Neill, FDNY.
Darrell Fazell, Tully Construction.
Vincent J. Ferganti, Seasons Contractor.
Charles Winslow, National Guard.
Evidence Technician William Lewis, FBI.
Minson A. Freesia, Local 580.
Trooper Brian J. Langtree, New York State Police.
Sanitation worker Frank Barone, New York City Department of Sanitation.
Sergeant Brian U. McCoy, New Jersey State Police.
Frederick DeMarco, Verizon.
Detective Charles J. Humphrey, New York City Police Department.
Firefighter James P. Ginty, FDNY.
Chief Thomas I. DeFrancisi, Como America EMS.
Lance Graham, D-Mort, Utah.
Detective Lisa Rosado, New York City Police Department.
Martin G. Edmondson, Senior, Verizon.
Detective Lawrence J. Cummings, New York City Police Department.
Firefighter Robert Fanning, FDNY.
Mark C. Pelton, New York Air National Guard.
Sharon Renning, American Red Cross.
Police Officer Patrick Govern, New York City Police Department.
Shirley Beasley, American Red Cross.
Police Officer Jeffrey F. Keeley, New York City Police Department.
Robert Zukowski, Carpenter.
Firefighter Anthony Elise, FDNY.
Detective Joseph M. Roman, NYPD.
Sergeant Vincent Go, New York City Police Department.
Firefighter Paul V. Purcell, Metropolitan Washington Airport Authority, Fire and Rescue Department.
Lee Borg Dicknard, Local 78.
Firefighter Brent F. Carter, Metropolitan Washington Airport Authority, Fire and Rescue Department.
Sanitation worker William Ryan, New York City Department of Sanitation.
Captain Mark R. Danielson, Orange County Fire Authority.
Lawrence Lacritosa, Local 282.
Harbor Master Frank P. Kennedy, East Hampton Town Police.
Captain Howard Vinetsky, FDNY.
Police Officer Kevin Joyce, New York City Police Department.
Joe Bello, Department of Parks and Recreation.
Paramedic Lissandro Rijos, NYU Downtown Hospital.
Police Officer Henry Lukowski, New York City Police Department.
Gregory B. Suresi, volunteer.
Special Agent Ruth A. Fatima, HUD OIG.
Dr. Richard Meehan, Fire Department, City of New York.
Candidas B. Henry, Local 79.
Joseph Schneider, Con Edison.
Firefighter Heather J. Callahan, Chesapeake Fire Department.
Kenneth X. Gomez, New York City Police Department.
Lieutenant Albert L. Shepard, Usador Fire Department.
Stephen M. McCoy, New York State Courts.
Police Officer Keith A. Ferrara, New York City Police Department.
NYPD, Matt McCulley. Warden, New York City Corrections, Rich Palmer.
Louis J. Vassa, District Construction.
Roxanne C. Carter, New York City Department of Corrections.
Police Officer James B. Boyle, New York City Police Department.
Correction Officer Sharon Suba, New York City Department of Corrections.
Police Officer Thomas W. Waterman, New York City Police Department.
Harry W. Strack, Local 3.
Sanitation Worker Michael J. O'Sullivan, New York City Department of Sanitation.
Firefighter Frank U. Stroller, New Rochelle Fire Department.
Firefighter Robert L. Reese, Port Washington Fire Department.
Roy F. Arena, Tahana, Indiana, INC.
Paramedic John P. Balin, St. Vincent's Hospital.
Sergeant Jeffrey M. Sequoia, New York State Police.
John Griffin, volunteer.
Firefighter Thomas G. Franklin, FDNY.
Captain Thomas Kenny, Massachusetts Task Force 1.
Police Officer Raymond G. Harris, New York City Police Department.
Police Officer William Leahy, Port Authority Police Department.
Captain Michael C. Thomas, FDNY.
Supervisor Maria E. Diaz Quintero, New York City Department of Sanitation.
Detective Anthony G. Organo, New York City Police Department.
Firefighter Glenn C. Mayhew, Arlington County Fire Department.
Frank John Calasuno, Local 546.
Lieutenant John T. Moran, FDNY.
Michael Gentleman, CNN.
Detective Andrea Renee J. Rainier, New York City Police Department.
Special Agent Maurice Behan, ATF.
Sergeant Jack Casey, New York City Police Department.
Correctional Officer, Linda Office, New York City Department of Corrections.
Firefighter Joseph A. Walsh, SDNY.
Firefighter Robert B. Fitzgibbon, SDNY.
Kendall L. Malone, New York Air National Guard.
Paul D. Martin, Local 30.
Stephen A. Triboli, Local 3.
Special Agent Alicia A. Fornap, FBI.
Captain Michael Bernard, Long Beach Fire Department.
Daniel E. O'Cargo, Local 79.
Detective Simon Cook, NYPD.
Firefighter John W. Boyle, FDNY.
Firefighter Lloyd W. Stewart, FDNY.
Firefighter Walter E. McKee, FDNY.
Firefighter Kevin J. Nolan, FDNY.
Leonard G. Beck, Local 3.
John M. Turner, Army Reserve.
Police Officer Maureen Sparrow, NYPD.
Police Officer Dawn S. Muno, New York City Police Department.
Under Sheriff Stanley P. McLeod, Cayuga County Sheriff's Office.
Christopher P. O'Halloran, Port Authority, New York, New Jersey.
Lieutenant Philip E. Pensarelli, New York City Police Department.
Detective Lily Nyborg Torres, New York City Police Department.
James R. Bandolino, volunteer.
Firefighter Richard Driscoll, FDNY.
Salvatore Sudaro, Jr., Local 15.
Detective Christopher Cranston, New York City Police Department.
Firefighter Minson, Eastchester Platform.
Firefighter Nicholas V. Policino, Spotwood Fire Department.
Barbara I. Olin, volunteer.
Sergeant Thomas J. Fennessy, New York City Police Department.
Special Agent Robert T. Williams, United States Customs Service.
Detective Thomas D. Santoro, New York City Police Department.
Special Agent Edward J. Smith, United States Customs Service.
Detective John A. Russo, New York City Police Department.
Police Officer Laura Brown Amato, NYPD.
Mechanic James J. Santilli, Jr., FDNY.
SW Howard B. Golden, New York City Department of Sanitation. Sanitation Worker John Smith, New York City Department of Sanitation. Sanitation Worker Dennis M. Hanley, New York City Department of Sanitation. Correction Officer Peter J. Murphy, New York City Department of Corrections. Protection Specialist Michael Miles, New York State Office of Fire and Prevention Control, New York State Fire.
New York City Police Detective Louis G. Alvarez.
Flag detail, bugler. Order arms. Remain standing. Take your phones out.
Right there.
each year we present someone who has made a true difference in the 9/11 responders community with a flag that has flown over the U.S. Capitol. This year, the flag will be presented to FDNY Battalion Chief Mark Guerra. Chief Guerra has served the FDNY for over 31 years, is a 9/11 responder himself, and has fought his own 9/11 illness. Additionally, Chief Guerra has led the FDNY ceremonial unit for the last 17 years. His tasks, I am sure, can be overwhelming, yet he remains undaunted and continues to serve the FDNY families year after year. He has an endless capacity for compassion for all of the family members who were left behind. Personally, he was there for me and my 3 sons every step of the way, and we could not have made it through without him. I have watched him do the same for countless FDNY families who lost their loved one. It takes an extraordinary person to do what Mark does. He is your strength to keep you together and your shoulder when you fall apart. Mark honors our loved ones by ensuring that every FDNY 9/11 responder receives the send-off of a true hero. On behalf of the 9/11 Responders Remembered Park Board, we thank you for all you have done and continue to do for the FDNY families during their most difficult times. It is my honor to present you with this flag, and I am even more honored to call you my friend.
You can't have everything, right? Thank you all very much for being here today. It's just going to take a couple of minutes. Sit down. First of all, I'd like to thank the board here at this memorial, this beautiful place in Suffolk County, my home, especially Judy, our husband Marty. He's from my firehouse. We will always have that very special bond. She allowed me to help her with the funeral preparation. Secondly, I'd like to thank all my brothers and sisters from the FDNY who are here today, most especially my brothers from the Nut House, Region 214 and Ladder 111. Yep, that's right. I'm a little bit prejudiced. I was a captain there for almost 17 years, and I think that they are the best firehouse in the world. Today we also mentioned 3 members of the Nut House who were put up on this wall, this very beautiful wall. Charlie Williams, Howie Vanetsky, Wally Malone, all great men, great members of the Nut House, and great friends of mine. Just thank you very much for putting them up there today. So I stand here very humble when we listen to all the names that are read and all the people who have gone before us after 9/11. But my experiences from the FDNY, and I'd also like to back up what John said, is that I talk about the FDNY only because that's my experience. We all lost something that day, but my experiences with the FDNY. The ceremonial unit, when I started 17 years ago, was a group of about 10 people that worked out of Reynolds Island, and we went through the 343 funerals and memorial services and did what we could with the help of fire departments across New York, country, whatever it might be. But after 9/11, we created this unit that exists today. Our ceremonial unit now is over 300 members of FDNY and us. It's bigger than most fire departments, and that is because of the need that has come up around after 9/11 for all the different events that we do. Last year, we did almost 800 events. I have participated in the planning and execution of almost 500 funerals for firefighters, paramedics, and EMTs in my 17 years of experience. There are a few people that I would like to thank for the support that got us to where we are today. The fire commissioners and the chiefs of the department that have been there since I've been there: Sal Casano, Ed Kilduff, Jim Leonard, John Sudnick, and then Nick Scapata, who's passed away, and my current boss, Dan Nyberg. Really, without those guys, we would not be where we are today, and we would not be able to give our support to our families today. Also, there's a very special unit in the fire department called Family Assistance Unit. It's a small group of people that meet with our families at their worst times when they're sick, injured, or someone has just passed away. And I would be remiss not to mention them, and the Assistant Commissioner Evelyn Tesorier, who is with our families all the way and all the step backwards. And I humbly stand before you as just a member of the ceremonial unit. The team is unbelievable, the dedication and commitment that we have to our families and to our members. What each of us tries to do at each event, whether it's a funeral, a plaque dedication, graduation, whatever it might be, especially for our families, is that when you have a funeral, like in life, there's no dress rehearsals. You only have one shot. And when we come to the front of that church or wherever it might be for a funeral, we want it to be perfect every time. Our saying is honor, tradition, and dignity. And we always try to bring that to each of our families, and each of the members, especially our leader. And I have to correct Judy, I am not the commanding officer. I've been the executive officer for 17 years. The commanding officer is Lieutenant Joe LaPointe, one of the most dedicated firefighters that I've ever met. And what he's given to our jobs, our families, and to our companies is just unbelievable. And I'd like to wrap up, and I know that I'm preaching to the choir here. Everyone here is totally bought into the idea of what we have to do post 9/11 for our members and everything else. But I just want to give you, since we're in the middle of it, a little glimpse into the FDNY and what we go through all the time. In our calendar, there are two events that I'd like to talk about. One is a very public and annual event. Just before September 11th of each year, we have a wall in the lobby of headquarters. If you ever get a chance to go there, it's very beautiful. There are actually two. One is on the right side, you walk in, but on the left side is the wall that we have dedicated to our more than 200 members that have lost since 9/11. When you walk in there, it's a small wall compared to the other, because the other is for that's over 150 years. This is just since 9/11. But when we built the wall, we built it for a little bit more than 200 people. We have now had to plan to expand that wall by more than double because of what's been going on. So just keep in mind that, I know, like I said, that you're all in on this, but keep in mind what is happening to all of us. The last thing that I can talk about is a meeting that occurs every Monday in the FDNY, where the members of the Family Assistance Unit, the Ceremonial Unit, and the doctors and nurses from the World Trade Center Cancer Care people get together. And they talk about who's next, who's very ill, who's in hospice. And this is a meeting that occurs every week. And we have to keep in mind all of those who are still suffering and all of those people that are coming up, because this is not the end, this is just the beginning. And please, for all of us who are down there, please remember that you have to remain ever vigilant about your health. You need to go to your doctor. You need to go to your doctor all the time. And your loved ones have to keep an eye on you. And when things change, whatever it might be, whatever small thing, you make sure they go to the doctor. Because the only way we're going to stay ahead of this is by keeping ahead of it. All right? I promise, all of you, promise. Yes, that's what I want to hear. Because I got to tell you, I'm tired of doing funerals. All right? Okay, thank you very much for listening to me. I really appreciate this beautiful place in Suffolk County, my home. I understand that you folks are with us, and you will never forget. We will never forget. Thank you.
I'd like to invite up Caitlin Burney to sing somewhere.
Remember, when all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane, just a step beyond the rain.
There's a land
shepherd of once in a lullaby. Why, oh, why can't I?
We're not done with Caitlin. Every year we pick somebody to lay the wreath. So I'm going to ask the Alvarez family to come up. Alvarez family. Alvarez family. And while they're laying the wreath, we'll close the ceremony, and Caitlin Burney is going to lead us with my favorite song, Imagine. Also, if you see the front of the clock, there's a new plaque on there dedicated by Matt McCauley, and this will now be known as the Louis G. Alvarez clock. And I kind of feel selfish because many of you didn't get a chance to meet Louis Alvarez. So I'm one up on you. And I got to know Louis. And in the short time that I knew this man, I hope and I pray and I beg that one day I am half, I am 1/4 of the man that Louis was. Most of us want to spend our final days and hours with loved ones. Louis spent it fighting for you guys. So to the Alvarez family, I hope this clock not only represents Louis, but represents time, our most valuable commodity. Time that can be taken from us like that. So when you leave here today, love a little more, give of yourself a little more, like Louis Alvarez did. Trust me, you'll feel a lot better about yourself. Alvarez family, please take the wreath, bring it to the front of the wall, and let us all remember the sacrifice that Louis Alvarez made for every single person here today. Thank you, and God bless you all. Caitlin.
It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, but a brotherhood of man.
Why don't you all sing along with Katie?
All the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us and the world will live as one. And the world will live as one.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here today to support the families and honor our heroes. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day.
Go home.